Dear friends, today we confront a necessary, difficult truth. No matter how much you love someone, you must never, ever let that love destroy your own self-respect. Because people who truly value you will never demand that you lose yourself just to keep them. The great Stoic, Marcus Aurelius, wrote, "The soul is dyed by its thoughts." If you allow toxic behavior to live in your space, it will begin to shape your soul, slowly, quietly, until you forget who you are and what your value is. In this video, we dive deep into 6 toxic behaviors you must never tolerate, not from strangers, not from friends, and I repeat, not even from family. This leads us to a crucial Stoic principle. True strength is not measured by how much you can endure, but by what you absolutely refuse to allow. Let's turn your mind into a fortress. Let's begin. 1. Disrespect, disguised as jokes. This is one of the most insidious and one of the most common toxic behaviors we face, because it hides behind the convenient mask of humor and familiarity. They mock your dreams, they belittle your efforts. And when you finally object, they laugh it off and tell you, "Relax, it's just a joke." But let's be crystal clear. A joke that humiliates you is not humor. It is disguised disrespect, a subtle form of passive aggression wearing a friendly disguise. When you continue to laugh along, when you shrug it off, you're not being easygoing. You are teaching them a clear lesson. I give you permission to disrespect me. Your compliance establishes the precedent. What does Stoicism demand of us here? Marcus Aurelius taught, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." This means you don't fight fire with fire. You combat disrespect with something far more powerful, controlled indifference. The Stoic answer to the toxic joke is not anger, and it's certainly not a counterattack. It is the strategy of silent power. First, deep breath and steady calm. In that moment of verbal attack, you must master your own reaction. Remind yourself, I control my response. I do not control their behavior. Second, absolute silence. Say nothing. Don't crack a smile. Don't shrug. Don't offer an excuse or a defense. Third, the gaze. Look them directly in the eyes with a steady, non-emotional expression. Finally, shift the frame. After a few seconds of powerful silence, turn to someone else and pivot to an entirely different topic. Why does this work? Your silence will speak volumes more than anger ever could. It's not fear, it is the resolute refusal to participate in their game. Remember this core truth. Silence, when grounded in self-respect and self-control, becomes power. It demonstrates that your value is non-negotiable, and that you've withdrawn the very thing they craved most, your reaction. 2. Emotional manipulation. Manipulators are masters of guilt. They twist your care into control. They weaponize your empathy to make you doubt your own worth and choices. You'll hear classics like, "I thought you cared about me," or "After everything I've done for you." This is subtle gaslighting, the manipulator attempting to transfer their emotional burden onto you. They are simply looking for a debt collector for their own unhappiness. What does the Stoic perspective reveal? Seneca taught, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Manipulators understand this deeply. They don't play games with your heart. They play games with your mind. They manufacture fears and false guilt. The Stoic strategy: stand firm in your truth. Remember the dichotomy of control. You are only responsible for your actions, not for their emotions. Have you heard of the gray rock technique? Let me explain. First, determine your core truth. When manipulation strikes, pause and ask yourself, are my actions honest, fair, and rational? If the answer is yes, then their emotional reaction is simply their problem to own. Second, the grey rock response. When they escalate the drama or deploy guilt, respond with short, boring, non-emotional phrases. This technique strips the excitement from their manipulation. I understand you feel that way. That is one way to look at it. I will consider what you said. Third, establish your position. You don't have to fight to be understood. You just need to stand firm in your truth. Let your calmness frustrate their chaos. You don't owe anyone your emotional stability just because they've lost theirs. Mastering this means you've internalized one of the highest Stoic lessons. You cannot control how others react to your righteous choice. 3. Constant negativity. Energy is contagious. Some people walk into your life and fill you with peace, drive, and inspiration. Others leave you feeling depleted, heavy, and anxious. These are the emotional vampires. They live in a cycle of complaint, criticism, and perpetual chaos. They don't want solutions. They only want sympathy so they can continue to complain. Understand this. Constant exposure to negativity raises your stress levels, your cortisol spikes, directly damaging your Stoic decision-making and focus. You are performing free emotional labor for them. This is why you must build your inner citadel. Epictetus taught that the key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. A Stoic knows the mind must be guarded like an unbreachable fortress. You cannot build peace and progress in the company of constant noise and perpetual grievance. The strategy, the quiet retreat. You don't need to argue with them. You don't need to fix them. And you definitely don't need to offer advice they will never take. Establishing protective distance. First, identify and disengage. When they begin the cycle of complaint, recognize the pattern. Then, gently pivot the topic or severely limit the interaction time. Second, establish emotional and physical distance. Emotionally, listen with your ears, but do not let their words penetrate your inner core. View them as a case study, not a threat. Physically, simply walk away quietly. You can love people deeply, yet still love yourself enough to create healthy distance. Third, optimize your resource. Ask yourself, does the time spent with them make me better, or does it steal the energy I need to become better? Guard your peace as if your life depends on it, because it does. The quality of your peace determines the quality of your mind. 4. Lack of accountability. This is the person who always searches for someone or something to blame for their failures. When they fall short, it's always someone else's fault. When they hurt you, somehow, you become the reason, the root cause. They are dangerous because they drain your energy without remorse. The sheer psychological burden of constantly having to explain your actions or questioning if you were truly the one at fault is immense. Lack of accountability is a sign of deep emotional immaturity. They cannot face the truth that they are the architects of their own poor choices, and they need you to be their scapegoat. A true Stoic never chases an apology. He observes patterns of behavior. If someone's behavior remains the same after you have offered forgiveness, it means only one thing. Your forgiveness has become their permission. You have just validated that they can do it again without consequence. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." The Stoic strategy: lead with integrity. First, stop chasing apologies. Accept that an apology will not change the pattern. An apology is an external, something you cannot control. Second, establish consequence, not punishment. Don't punish. Instead, establish a natural consequence. If they are chronically late, the consequence is that you start the meeting or meal without them. This is the Stoic action. You change your behavior to protect your values. Third, disengage from the chaos. You cannot fix people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You can only remove yourself from their chaos and return to your own tranquility. Fourth, learn from their mistakes. View their behavior as a Stoic reminder of the importance of self-reflection and personal accountability. Be a person of integrity even when no one is watching. 5. Envy and hidden competition. This is the most subtle and often the most dangerous form of toxicity, especially when it comes from people you thought were your closest allies. They smile at your success, but secretly they resent it. They act like supporters, but you feel the subtle tension in their voice, that nasty tone, or the way their eyes darken just a little when you shine. The core psychological issue: envious people have a broken internal scorecard. They cannot measure their self-worth by their own progress. They can only measure it by comparison, and by attempting to drag others down. Stoicism teaches us discernment, not paranoia, but pure awareness. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, and the thoughts of the envious are poisoned by comparison." The Stoic strategy: keep moving in silence. You must understand this painful truth. Not everyone who applauds you is proud of you. Some are only clapping to keep their hands free, just close enough to see you fall. First, stop explaining. Do not waste energy trying to justify or prove yourself. Envious people will always find a reason to discredit your achievement. Second, use envy as fuel. Let their resentment become your engine. It is proof that you are advancing. You don't need their external validation. The confirmation lies in your virtues. Third, protect your progress with conscious humility. Continue working in silence. Be humble, but never be naive. Keep your progress sacred and protected. Fourth, Stoic compassion. Realize that those who envy your peace are often those who have not found their own. You don't have to fix them, but you absolutely do not have to let them disturb your world. Your calm and your continued progress are the most powerful response. 6. Disrespecting your boundaries. This is the behavior that acts as the final destination for all the other toxic habits. Boundaries are not walls designed to keep people out. They are gates designed to protect your peace, your time, and your mind. When you say no and someone continues to push, that is not love or concern. That is control. When you draw a line and they repeatedly cross it, that is entitlement. People who constantly violate your boundaries believe their needs are more important than your right to safety and respect. They are testing whether you truly believe in the value you have set for yourself. Self-mastery is freedom. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." To become master of yourself, you must stop explaining your boundaries to people who are already committed to violating them. Explanation is simply an invitation to argue. The Stoic strategy: calm enforcement. First, the boundary statement. It's more than just saying no. It's a clear three-part declaration. Part 1, the fact: I notice you are. Part 2, the need: I feel, emotion, need, and I require. Part 3, the action: if this happens again, I will. Example: I notice you continue to call me after 9 p.m. I require that time for my family. If this happens again, I will turn off my phone and call you back the following morning. Second, assert and exit. A Stoic does not scream about his boundaries. He enforces them calmly, without emotion. When the line is crossed, execute the defined action without arguing or offering further explanation. Natural consequences. When you value your time, people begin to respect it. When you value your energy, they stop draining it. And when you begin to walk away without anger, that is when you truly master control. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the nearer he is to strength." Conclusion. So, we have explored the 6 toxic behaviors you must courageously excise from your life. This is what Stoicism truly leads to: tranquility, awareness, and the kind of quiet strength that requires zero external validation. Do not tolerate what drains your peace. Do not apologize for your boundaries. And do not ever apologize for evolving into someone who finally respects himself enough to say, "Enough." Because peace is not found in isolation, it is found in inner discipline. And that discipline begins the moment you stop giving space to what no longer deserves a place in your life. Remember the ultimate definition of freedom. It is not about doing what you want. It is about refusing to do what you know is wrong for yourself. If this video armed you with the strength to draw a stronger line today, please take a moment to like it. It sends a powerful signal that this type of focused philosophical content matters. And if you are ready to make a permanent commitment to self-mastery, could hit that subscribe button now and join this journey to become calm, composed, and unshakable. One final act of discipline. Comment below with the word, "I choose the boundary," to solidify your commitment to guarding your mind against chaos and toxicity. I am your companion on this journey, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.